Welcome.
Happy Tuesday.
What is going on, everybody?
Oh, wait.
What just happened?
Who is that?
Oh.
Giro.
Come on, everyone.
Wow,
Hey,
it's
have
not
you
very often
thawed
we have
out?
a Canadian
A
on
wild
the show.
alien appears.
So who
I'm surprised
is?
you came out of the snow.
Yeah, we got a little bit
Negative
of
40
snow
up
up
there,
here
isn't it?
today.
So who is this fine gentleman joining us for the live show today, guys? Great question. So Giro is the man. First of all, he's our social media manager and all-time degenerate Canadian. You guys will probably see him a lot in the Discord. But yes, we got Giro. We're gonna bring the rest of the team on the show at some point, guys, so you can kind of meet the team, so to speak. But Giro, thank you so much for popping in just for a little bit to say hi and talk to us about whether we should all be panicking or not.
Yeah, love it. So Giro is our great Canadian member, the one member of the Alpha Origins team from the Great White North. And last week he was living in negative 40 degrees. So yeah, cold up that way.
Better.
That's right. He loves hockey. That's right. Hey, you know what? If you run some miners, you can heat your house and possibly, unlock a block.
Hey, we're getting them set up. Don't you worry, guys. Team.
I'm hoping Santa brings me a couple of lottery miners.
Dude, the lottery miners are cool. I'm interested in them. For now, I got ant miners set up. I'm gonna get them running today at some point. But it's getting cold up here. Get the miners running. But what is up, guys?
Look at that. So that you see in the chat there. That's the alien Girodet. That's how long Giro's been around. Giro is a Pluto Alliance OG. That's where we all met, and I believe he still holds a couple of black holes. If you need to know, or if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. So, Giro, you haven't been on the show with us before. So, how we always started off is our favorite. Let's see how much money we made or lost today with the bubbles.
Are we green or are we red, people? If you've been paying attention, you ought to know. Oh, you got it? Boom. Reptar has it. Look at it. That's a lot of red there.
Woof. So, guys, if you look at the past hour, things are starting to kind of, rebound a little bit. But as most of you know, or if you didn't know now, we had quite the dump, yesterday. And, over the weekend, things were kind of choppy. Things were not looking good price action-wise. But I don't think it's all doom and gloom either. Ultima getting crushed. Midnight the midnight rug that JC.
What is click on the bubble? I want to see what the actual price of night token is right now.
Let's see midnight. So for the week, it's still up about 43%. This was an airdrop on Cardano. Still up quite a bit, but it is getting hit hard today, guys.
Yeah. Just remember, it launched at like 40 cents, went up to $1.80, and then crashed down to $6.
Yep.
I swear that's a pump and dump.
That one. Remember, dude.
Jupiter's up for the day because it took all my money leverage trading, so that's awesome.
Hey, did you know now that you can stake your XRP on the Solana net on the Phantom wallet?
Yeah, no, they're doing a lot of integrations lately, which is really cool to see. But to address the thumbnail of the video, guys, is it time to panic? Prices are not looking good. JC, you want to pull up coin market cap for me? So
I sure can.
Thank you. We'll look at the price of Bitcoin and see what is going on, guys, because a lot of people are kind of panicking right now. You know, it's getting a little scary out there.
Let's hit the refresh and make sure this is current. I hit it to refresh, but we'll hit it again. It is not. See, it was not current. So the market cap is under 3 trillion. That's like not good. And yet, I want to point this out. Look at the fear and greed index. It's 22. Do you remember where we were 2 weeks ago? 6. Yeah. Do you remember what the market cap was 2 weeks ago? Above 3 trillion.
It's really strange. I mean, we're gonna talk about why all this is happening. And there is good news, guys. To spoiler alert, I do not think it is time to panic yet.
I'm panicking. Can you tell?
I mean, you know, it sucks. It sucks when we see these price drops, guys. And
here's why I'm not panicking. This is not my first market. I have been in crypto for over 5 years. Does that if even though crypto is down from its all-time high, if I bought any crypto right here, it raises my average cost. What does that mean? It means last bull cycle, I was panicking when things dropped. Then I positioned myself during the bear market such that I'm still up right now. So if this is your first market, and I understand if you're panicking, because I was panicking my first market, okay, my first cycle. I was panicking because I bought the top, and then I sold at a 50% loss. And I was like, I don't understand this, so I don't want to lose all my money. I understand. I did it. I sold a Bitcoin that I had for roughly $15,000 for $8,000 because I didn't want to lose all my money. But I didn't buy in when it went below $2,000. So I understand why you're panicking. And if you look, do what you need to do. We don't ever give financial advice. We're not going to tell you what to do. You have to decide what you need to do.
And guys, you know, in all reality, if you look at the price of Bitcoin right now, JC, if you click on Bitcoin real quick, we do a lot of technical analysis during game night in the Discord, and you know, DJ is we're gonna get him on the show at some point to start doing some morning TA with DJ. I think it's gonna really you know, give you guys a lot more useful information, but we've been talking about this for weeks. You know, we're going to be bouncing in between these support and resistant levels, and 87,000 is literally the level that he called, and we are building support after the drop. Bitcoin is as long as Bitcoin doesn't drop below 80,000, I'm not panicking at all, because in the grand scheme of things, yes, alts are getting wrecked right now, and a lot of people are in alts, but the markets follow Bitcoin. And right now, Bitcoin isn't, I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of money has been wiped out of Bitcoin over the past couple months, but I still see heavy support at these levels. And if we break 94K again and we continue to go up, it's just going to drag the rest of the markets with them. And there is so much bullish news going on in the markets, in politics, in the government switching over the financial system. It just, I would be shocked. I would be shocked. Honestly.
And I guess my whole point for my rant there was, if you'll just hang on if you can afford to hang on, if you can afford to just leave your money in like it's a 401k or like it's an IRA, if you can just afford to leave the money alone, you'll be fine. But we've given this example many times. But take the last three tippy tops of the Bitcoin price movement in the last bull cycles. If you bought one Bitcoin at the top of each cycle, and then obviously you bought, what was it, 2,000, 20,000, 70,000, just rough numbers. If you bought one Bitcoin, that would have been 3 Bitcoin for a total price of 2, 20, and 70. So 22 and 70 is 92,000. That would be 3 Bitcoin for a total of $92,000 invested. Right now, even at this price, your 3 Bitcoin would be worth almost $270,000. Even now, with Bitcoin price down, if you bought the tippy top of the last 3 bull runs, you would still be up 3x.
And that's important. That's the important takeaway, guys. Is like, just as JC was just saying, zoom out. If you look at this as a long-term investment, you're going to do just fine. And if that is not enough to give you the hopium that you need today, that everything's okay,
there's more hopium.
There's more. So, I'm sure.
Let's hit this first real quick.
Yeah, which one are we going with? The CME.
Let's check the Fed watch. All right, so 75.25, that hasn't moved.
People's feelings today. Oof.
75.25 on rate cut in January. 75% stays the same. 25%, 25 basis point rate cut. That's the current odds from the CME group. All right, what do you want me to start with?
Rate cut, good. More money borrowing. No rate cut, bad. Very simple.
So this may be something that is affecting people on the short-term negative side. You remember when back in October, November, when Jerome Powell was like, we just don't know what the numbers are going to be because the government shut down and they're not going to be accurate. Not that they're ever freaking accurate because you adjust them 3 to 6 months later anyway, but we don't know what the numbers are going to be and they're not going to be, we're not going to be. So those numbers from the last month are coming out now and they're unsure and they don't know what they're going to be. So hodl. That's right, Giro. Hodl.
Yeah.
It's only a loss if you sell. Unless you need to, you can harvest some tax losses, right? I don't know. You do you. Consult a tax professional.
But yeah, guys. So essentially, this shows that the labor market's not doing good. They might have to do more quantitative easing in the next year, which would obviously not be good for markets. But
what? That's great for markets. They put more money. This is money printer go BRRRR.
It's both essentially too, because
true.
printing money is destroying.
Yeah, we'll move on to that for just a minute. That's exactly.
Yeah, we'll move on to why that is important in a second. But this is also a good sign as well.
In the past, when the Fed has printed money, crypto go up. That there is a 1-to-1 correlation there. When the Fed prints money, asset prices go up. Not just crypto, regular assets, stock market. Like when they're like, here's more money, prices go up. Now, what does that mean? It just means it costs more dollar bills. Why does it cost more dollar bills? Because they're adding more dollar bills. Dollar bills are less rare, and as you increase dollar bills and the assets stay the same, well, it costs more pieces of paper to buy the same asset. That's why your house is worth more now.
Right. Well, that's also why they're getting rid of the penny, or they did get rid of the penny. And yes, so just to be clear, like JC's absolutely right. Them printing money and injecting $5.2 billion into the market is good for the price. What it's not good for is the strength of the US dollar. And it causes inflation. And this is kind of where we're going with this, guys. Warren Buffett's one of the wealthiest men in the world, and he cares very much about the strength of the dollar because he has that many dollars. So this is a really interesting clip. This just came out. We're gonna take a listen to this real quick.
It's like, hang on, I gotta reset the stream, reset the share because it's not set to share sound. 1 second.
Oh, so
all right, so we may get an echo, but I'll mute my stuff.
All good. Let's see what the.
And I wouldn't want to be owning anything that we thought was in a currency that was really going to hell. And that's the big thing we worry about with the United States currency. I mean, the tendency of a government to want to debase its currency over time there's no system that beats that. You can pick dictators, you can pick representatives, you can do anything. But the people, there will be a push toward weaker currencies. And of course, that is, I mentioned very briefly in the annual report that the fiscal policy is what scares me in the United States, because it's made the way it is. And all the motivations are to doing a lot of things that can cause trouble with money. But that's not limited to the United States. It's all over the world, and some places it gets out of control regularly. As they know, they devalue at rates that are breathtaking, and that's continued. I mean, and people can study economics and you can have all kinds of arrangements, but in the end, if you've got people that control the currency, you can issue paper money, and you will, or you can engage in clipping currencies like they used to do centuries ago.
Yeah.
So guys,
he gets it.
Yeah, and this guy has the most money of most people in the world. He's very, very educated. The guy has seen so many things.
Obviously, he's been around since Moses. So
I mean, yeah, the guy is really struggling there.
Somebody tell him to go to Hollywood and get some of that young blood or whatever. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, whatever they're doing out there, canceled immediately. So the dollar is dying, and it's because of the fiscal policies in the United States. And as he says, not just the United States, but the point is the dollar is the currency that the world trusts. It is what a lot of the other countries base their currency on. And for him to say that essentially everything that he is arguing that is wrong with the dollar, Bitcoin is the solution for. So,
yep.
The point of crypto is not always to get rich, guys. Money, and I really reiterate this to people. I actually got into an argument with somebody when I went out to the bar about this.
Fight.
I almost was. So essentially, guys, money's broken, and it's getting worse. And there's a reason every government agency and financial institution is switching over to this new form of money, because it's a ticking time bomb. Eventually, this is going to end badly. And when you're talking about the biggest economy and biggest country's economy in the entire world, it's a big deal. Like, inflation affects everybody, but that's just one aspect of it. Like, there are so many things, we can go over this here right now, but he never said crypto once in that clip, but every complaint that he has would be solved with decentralized currency.
Yep. And Gero brings up a good point. Like, it's interesting, this move to the yen, and you can see this post here where why Buffett moved to the yen. I find it just fascinating, the timing of it, because just last week people were panicking because Japan suddenly raised their interest rates, which caused this so-called carry trade cascade to fall down. And now Buffett is moving into that because, oh no, Japanese interest rates went to 0.5%. Oh no. What's the U.S. interest rates right now? Oh, that's right, 3.75.
So why wouldn't you borrow the cheaper currency, especially when you see money printer go burr, inflation out of control, and just these irresponsible fiscal policies? Like it makes sense that he's doing it, but again, yen is not the answer. The yen is not a stable currency either. So if he really believes what he's saying, where like the dollar is broken, the entire banking money system is broken, then to me the only solution is something like Bitcoin or XRP.
Which is why I think the banking systems are fighting so hard against it, because they know their system is set up for them, the central banks and the power players, to make money and to retain the power. So anything that decentralizes control over money thereby decentralizes power. Yeah, maybe you're right, Daniel. Probably anticipates that yen is the last fiat haven before the collapse. I think governments and financial institutions and central banks will do everything they can to prop up their own wealth and power. And I think this is just my personal
I got
conspiracy theory. I know. I agree with Kyle. You too. Yeah, Reptar is my hero.
Go ahead, JC.
I was going just to finish out that point there. I think what we're seeing now in this unusually long downturn from all-time highs is these banks and power players realizing, okay, wait a minute, this stuff is changing and it is going to take hold. Either we take it over or we lose money, power, and reach. So that's my personal opinion on why we're seeing this prolonged downturn right now. Is they are positioning themselves to get as much as possible.
So what's interesting about you saying that is I'm actually trying to find some text messages that one of my friends sent me. If you look at all the countries that have fought against the Federal Reserve, we have been to war with every single one of them. And the one that we are currently having issues with, Venezuela, they recently switched over to Bitcoin as their alternative currency besides the US dollar and the Federal Reserve. So they are fighting this hard, and they have been years and years, and the writing is on the wall, and it's finally coming. And I think what's happening is a lot of these institutions and governments are manipulating the price. We can see it on the log books, on the blockchain. If you go to the buy and sell orders, you can see who's buying and selling. And if it's that whole thing, if you can't beat them, join them. So they have fought as hard as they can to kind of stop this and put in and take control. But I think they see it coming, so they're trying to keep it as much as they can, and they don't want to buy it at the price that it was at. They want to push it down as far as they can so all their buddies can buy it, so they can buy it, and then when they're ready, they're going to send it. But they want to make sure everyone's scared out of the market and before that happens.
Matthew is long on eggs. I'm long on frozen concentrated orange juice futures.
Eggs get expensive. Always go long on toilet paper, too. We learned that from COVID.
Yeah.
It's great. But yeah, guys, so
we clicked it at the same time. I love it.
It's an important point. So important we shared it twice. So Yes. Again, to sum it up, guys, all the smartest people in the world see this coming and they're positioning themselves properly. And if you pay attention to what they're doing, it's very easy to make safe decisions. And
yes, Ice got it. Long unfrozen concentrated orange juice.
Yeah. You know what?
Places.
I'm gonna show this because damn right.
Yes, sir. Daniel's correct.
And what do they say?
Sold, what was it? We talked about it like, gosh, probably a couple of months ago. He sold, did he sell all of his Apple? Or all of his Tesla? Or like, he sold a bunch, like, I say he like he did it personally, but like Berkshire Hathaway is another firm like BlackRock or whatever. But they sold, or maybe he sold his personal stake. He sold a lot. Maybe he sold half of his Apple position and into cash. And you're absolutely right, Dan. I think he is absolutely waiting for that market to go super red, and he's going to swoop in with his cash.
And who can blame him? I mean, he's trying to play the same game.
Thank you, Ice. Yeah, 50% of his Apple.
Yeah. But I think just because Kyle's here, we got to talk about the XRP news now, because again, guys, the dollar's broken. So what do we do? What
smartest man in the world with an IQ of 276? Apparently, I don't like. Good Lord.
276. That guy must be seriously depressed. Like,
he is the smartest person in the world. That's unfortunate because you have to look around and realize everyone else in the world is dumber than you.
Could you imagine how lonely that would be? Just like,
I mean, I feel that every day, except for Reptar, of course.
Will you stop?
Really.
I mean, to be honest,
is the smartest person
Discord in the so much because I feel like I get to talk to people that are educated. You know, shout out Discord in the link, blah blah blah. Do stuff like subscribe. But yeah, guys, like, you know, pay attention when these people talk, because again, you don't take advice from people that are living a life below your own. So if this guy,
don't. Gosh, oh, sorry, that's a different quote. Sorry. The quote was, "Don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from." So never mind.
I mean, it's
a good quote, but it's irrelevant to what you were just saying. So.
No, it's similar. Essentially, guys, like, you know, these people know what they're doing. You know, Warren Buffett, Mr. 276 over here.
Let me ask you something. Does the king have to tell you he's the king? Like, why is this dude like, my IQ is 276? I feel like someone who tells you what their IQ is like super, super insecure.
Oh my God. Kyle, 100%. If he is wrong, we're gonna clip
he's definitely
this.
275.
But anyway, guys, so let's talk about that. What price is he saying? What was that?
$5. No, $100 in the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years. So
reasonable.
Back to what
I think that's
original
reasonable.
point. See, I believe that's a reasonable price prediction over the next 5 years. But
it's not coming this year, I don't think.
That is
reasonable for the next 5 years. Yes.
That is the biggest thing that people have the hardest time in crypto with, is they want these gains immediately. They, you know, I know Kyle wants this tomorrow. He's I can hear him in the chat already, but it's just, these are long-term investments. And when the entire financial system is adopting it, I would be paying attention to it, especially when the smartest people in the world are saying not only is the dollar broken, but hey, this is a good fix. So do not panic. I'm buying. We all buying.
I'm not buying. I don't have any more cash. I'm holding though. Like,
buy every dip.
Buy all the dips, and eventually you'll win.
Yeah, guys. Like,
so yeah, we did.
Full disclosure: like 90% of my net worth is in crypto right now, because we all in at this point.
It's not 90% of my net worth, but I hope someday it will be 90% of my net worth. I hope it will multiply to be 90% of my net worth, just so I can tell my wife I was finally right.
The validation, nothing beats it.
Can I get a one time?
Mm-hmm. So Ripple is officially going to be a bank. We kind of talked about this.
I told you. I've been saying this for a year and a half. Ripple is looking to replace the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, and this is a big step. And again, guys, the way, I don't know how many times we can say it, but the writing is on the wall. Like, this is coming. So
Looking for the other. It's still the smartest dude. Okay. Yeah. This is Mr. 276. More from Mr. 276. Mr. 276.
$100 XRP. You heard it here. Let's get it. Buy an XRP.
Yeah.
That's almost 100x from where we're at now. It's more like a 50.
It's 50. It's a 50. Well, 40.
On a basically guaranteed project, one that like is most definitely like one that I could probably bet my life on will do well just because of everything that's going on with the banks and, as you said, it becoming the replacement for the Federal Reserve. How can it not do well? You know what I mean?
Here's a question. I want to ask you what you think about this. And I talked about it briefly on Friday, but this is like Ripple. Yes. Ripple Labs. Yes. How does this help the price of XRP?
So I have an answer. I don't know if this is a rhetorical question or not.
No, I'm legitimately asking because I've been mulling this over. Like, okay, how does this, like, Ripple Labs is approved to become, like, XRP is a token. Ripple is a company that owns a lot of XRP, but Ripple, like, they have been approved to become a national trust bank. And is Ripple going to be the asset that they hold that has value, whereas they print RLUSD as the medium that they transfer back and forth, but they, like, the Fed holds gold and they just print dollars. Does Ripple hold XRP and print RLUSD?
Exactly. So again, and you know, I am very bullish on XRP, but the one thing that makes me nervous about it is exactly what you just mentioned, and the fact that there isn't a fixed cap. So, you know, Mr. Mark
on what?
He says,
there's a fixed cap on XRP.
On the supply?
Yeah, there all the XRP has been created. There will be no more XRP created.
Okay, because to my understanding, or maybe I'm thinking of the
RLUSD is like USDC or USDT. They can just, or the US dollar, they can just go, here's more.
It's you know, Ripple and XRP are very closely tied together, but just because Ripple is making a ton of money doesn't mean that the price of XRP is going to go up necessarily. But I
think both of these points here are valid, and I think we have to see how they play out. Kyle and Ice are kind of opposites, but not really. Kyle says that Ripple, without XRP, Ripple is nothing, which I kind of agree with, at least to start. However, right now they've made so many partnerships that I think Ripple Labs, the company, could, like, their valuation of how much their company stock is worth does not include the current value of the XRP they hold. The company, I'm going to make this number up because I don't remember exactly what it is. Ripple is valued at $60 billion. But that does not include however many, billion XRP tokens they hold. That is not included in the value of their company. But Mr. Gray says he disagreed. Ice, I think, says the exact opposite. XRP is nothing without Ripple, not Ripple is nothing without XRP.
See, I'm in the camp where what is the technology being utilized? The blockchain. What is the asset associated with the blockchain? XRP. So, yes, Ripple is the company or whatever. It's like saying, okay, NVIDIA is the company, but like the graphics card is what like does the work. So what's more important, the graphics card or NVIDIA? Well, both. You know what I mean? But I do think that, unfortunately, Ripple is going to be manipulated in the same way that the Federal Reserve is manipulated, I believe. The fact that they're becoming a bank, to me, is actually kind of like, they're on the wrong side, as kind of like what I'm getting at. But
on that, I go with like the Warren Buffett approach. Like Warren Buffett realizes that monetary policy by all the countries is stupid and inflationary and ruins the value of their currencies. But you know what? When he knows that, he knows how to play the game. So yeah, I absolutely believe that XRP Ripple is probably going to end up being on the wrong side of the freedom versus control issue. But you know what? I can still make money.
And that's it, guys. It's I still think it's a great investment. It's clearly going to be
Mr. Gray, I disagree. I don't think Ripple could just drop XRP, at least not right now. Could they maybe later on? I guess it's possible. And the escrow thing is interesting because it's not the same as it used to be. We can delve into that on another issue, but like it's a different escrow. Like they moved it from one escrow as it was released to Ripple Labs from escrow. They put usually 70% of it back in escrow, but it's a new escrow account that's not under the same obligations as the old escrow account. Not to say that it's not being held, just that it doesn't follow the same release schedule or rules as the previous escrow. I'm trying to type this in, but it won't let me type it. I think XRP and Ripple have a symbiotic relationship right now. I was going to say synergistic, but I think symbiotic is a better word. I don't think XRP survives without Ripple, but I also don't think Ripple can survive right now without XRP.
I agree. I mean, the XRP is the technology itself. It's the blockchain. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it wouldn't make sense for it to exist without it. And again, guys, it's not a perfect solution. It's not. There's going to be issues with it, but I'm more for the decentralized currencies. Obviously like Bitcoin. But
why can't I type? I'm trying to answer. So, Gira says Ripple's using its escrow releases to help fund its operations. Many large and smart companies sell shares to help fund. I think that's true, but I also think what they're doing is some of this escrow has been spoken for by these large companies launching ETFs. And Ripple has said, we're going to slide this into an escrow for you to get when you're ready to launch. And so I think that's where because we're seeing these companies have to buy large amounts of XRP, and it's not moving the price. And I think it's not moving the price because on one hand, I think they've already pre-bought from Ripple's escrow. And so it's basically an OTC trade behind the scenes. No, it's saying error. Try again. I'm trying to type in and it's saying error. It won't let me type in the chat.
And there's been a lot of over-the-counter trading going on, which is obviously not going to move the price. But when they sell,
I think they should call that under the counter.
Isn't it interesting that they are buying it over the counter to not put the price up, but then they're selling it on the exchanges so they can just keep dumping it? And again, it doesn't matter which company you like the most. Like it's the chosen one. This is the one that is going to be replacing the banking system. But there are other projects that are doing other things. So. That's why XRP isn't one of my biggest holdings because, again, I'm very against the idea of the banks and the control and a lot of the stuff that, Warren Buffett's warning about, like the fiscal policies. I do believe that if we actually want money to work the way it's supposed to work, we need something more like Bitcoin that's decentralized. But the powers that be won't let that happen. So this is as good as we're going to get. But
boom. I'll type from the other account.
Yeah, you got it. Nice. Figured it out.
Yeah, and Mr. Gray, you're right. XRP ETFs are exploding with adoption, but the price is going down. And that's because these ETFs are not buying off of exchanges, off of the publicly traded exchanges. They're buying from private behind the scenes, under the counter, not over the counter. They're not buying over the counter.
That sounds illegal, but it's
it's just a private deal. Like I don't need to if I need XRP from you, Dylan, I don't need to be like, hey, would you put that on the exchange? Or I'd be like, hey, let me just slide you some money and you give it to me.
I mean, we've done that literally before.
Right.
But it just, the way that they're doing it, it seems so manipulative and illegal, and it's just not. And that's the crazy thing about it is they're making all this money, and there's nothing anyone could do about it besides ride the waves, guys. It's yeah. Let's talk about this. When is this going
check.
live?
Where we at?
How up bigly are we on this? I have been telling Kyle for weeks to buy this, and we are up like 4x right now. But he is such an XRP maxi. He doesn't even want to check out the biggest exchange. Yeah.
Yep. We Reptar and I combined and bought a little bit of this XRP at 8.5 cents.
Bam. We bought it at 8.5 cents. We are at 31. Let's go. So, the pre-sale is still technically live, guys. It's the token price. Can you scroll down a little bit, JC, so we can see? Because I forgot what the token price is launching at. There we go.
Can launch at the next token price. I want to say it's 35. Let me go up here.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is the first DEX on XRP. So, if you're bullish on XRP and you know anything about DEXs, they make lots of money, stupid money. And every DEX that has come out on a major chain has multiple billion-dollar market caps. This presale is still live. It's got a lot of big backing. It was featured on Forbes. Totally legit. We've all connected our wallets to it. We tested it, got into the presale very early. The token is still not live yet. There is still some room to make some money on this, especially if it's going to be a long-term hold for you guys. But
hey, I'm hoping it does what Midnight did. I hope it launches at 35, goes up to $1.50. I will sell a crap ton at $1.50, and then when it goes back down to 6 cents, I'll buy some. How about that?
Yeah, and I think I'm really excited for this to launch. We're so close. I think this token is supposed to launch by the end of the month. We might see a delay. I'm not really sure, to be totally honest. That's how these pre-sales work. But,
I don't know if that's the same one or not.
Is it? I think that's
surely not.
Close. 2 days ago?
Surely not. Because that's like...
Could be a fake one.
I don't know. I was just curious if it was on there.
And that's the thing. Like, that is exactly kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, XRP is one of the original cryptos, and there's not a DEX on it. Like,
I wonder if the fact that XRP just partnered up with Solana is going to affect whether or not an XRP ledger-based decentralized exchange is necessary.
Well, and the one thing I will say is every time we've seen a DEX come out on a major chain,
same for us, Giro. Giro bought in the same time we did.
Let's go. We'll be posting in the Discord when the token launches, guys, because we've been following it pretty closely. We're really bullish on XRP here, and as you guys know, DEXs are some serious opportunities and have been in the past. So if you guys want more information about it, hop into the Discord. We have some stuff posted in there. We get into a lot of pre-sales. Yeah, definitely. If it's the Uniswap of XRP, it's going to be huge. And that's kind of what we're betting on. So, if you guys want to learn more about some of the other token sales the pre-sales that we're getting into, or some of the early projects that we are getting early access into, definitely check out the Discord. We'll have the link in the description for you guys. We really appreciate everybody that continues to come out for the live stream. We will keep you guys up to date on everything going on. If there's any major breaking news, we will be posting in the Discord first, and then we'll talk about it in the morning.
You got anything else?
So much. The chat's moving so fast. I'm trying to read everything.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we can do some memes real quick, but realistically, guys, just remember, we're in this for the long term. This is not a get rich quick scheme, as a lot of people think it is with crypto. These are projects that are genuinely changing important industries in the world, and there is some serious money to be made. So the only way that you can take advantage of that is by busy guy. The only way you can take advantage of that is by paying attention. And the best way to pay attention is to get in with some kind of group. Doesn't even have to be with us guys, but just do your research, pay attention. And if you want to eat crayons with Mr. Gray, again, link in the description.
Oh, since Giro's here, we're going to end with this. And this Giro will call this sacrilege. There you go, Giro, just for you. Franklin discovers Buc-ee's is better than Tim Hortons. Suck it, Canada. That's just for you, Giro. That's right. I do. This is what we got for today. Yeah, where are the memes? That's a good question. I just wanted to put that up there because Franklin's discovering. Do we have any? I'm looking for good memes. Good memes. I don't know. I'm looking for something new for you. Like not stuff that. Yeah, shut up. Anything interesting here?
Crypto does have great memes.
I'm not finding. Yeah, this is like none of these are very good. Okay, yeah, I like
That's
that.
how I feel right now.
I don't like. All right, I got nothing. It's not a good meme day. I did not pre-meme.
This is not a joking day, okay? We are here to retire the bloodline, all right? So
Have some hopium. We are
zoom
shilling
out.
the hopium today.
Yeah, we are. Guys, remember.
We're going to end it with it's all going to zero and you should get out and buy chickens.
Chickens make eggs, though, right?
All right. I'm
Guys,
gonna go freeze my butt off. It's not like in Canada where it's -40, but it's been cold up here today.
All right, well, I am going to go I'm going to do some Christmas shopping. And JC, you're going to have to help me figure out where I can buy a jetpack.
It's probably cheaper. Yeah, chickens, lands, and guns.
Chickens, land, guns.
Underground bunkers.
Yeah.
You won't go hungry with chickens. Well, yeah, it's possible so long as you take good care of them.
Yeah, but I can't retire the bloodline with chickens. Okay, guys, come on.
No, but you can't keep the bloodline alive with chickens.
With just eggs and chicken. I mean, I guess maybe.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Kyle, I'm gonna buy you an alarm clock for Christmas. Ouch. Shots fired.
You have no idea.
You don't have enough ammo. You also don't have enough H-bar.
Ooh. Oh. Oh.
All right. I hope everyone has a wonderful Tuesday, and hopefully tomorrow we will be talking about Bitcoin at 250,000. And XRP at $100 tomorrow. You heard it here.
You know who said Bitcoin was going to 150,000 before the end of the year? Just yesterday, Michael Saylor.
Mr. 289 or 276 or whatever. Michael Saylor. Yeah, Michael Saylor's a moron. Okay, bye. Chomp chomp.